Hundreds of people of all faiths and none came to Notre Dame Cathedral to pay tribute to the life of Father Jacques Hamel, brutally murdered in his own church on Tuesday by two teenagers claiming they were acting in the name of ISIL. But in politics there's been less solidarity, as opposition figures savage the government for its supposed laxism, after it turned out both attackers were already on the terrorism watch list.
Je demande au gouvernement.
I ask the government to implement all the proposals that we presented months ago without delay. We cannot waste any more time.
Sarkozy wants every person on the terrorism watch list to be electronically tagged, but there are just too many of them for the already stretched police to monitor. European officials insist they've learned from mistakes made before the attacks in Paris in November and here in Brussels in March, and they say intelligence gathering and sharing has improved. But there are more than 10,000 people on the terrorism watch list in France alone, of whom 5,000 or 6,000 have been to Syria or Iraq, and deciding which of them is dangerous enough to merit round-the-clock surveillance is often a matter of informed guesswork. One of the Normandy church killers had twice tried to travel to Syria, but he was released from prison in March on probation after convincing a judge he regretted it. Experts say it's hard to prove where suspects have been in the Middle East or what they've done there.
Most of the time the only evidence we have is a digital evidence. While these guys were very narcissistic at the very beginning of all this, putting pictures of themselves on Facebook, now they're a bit more cautious. So digital evidence are critical, and for us it's a challenge because most of the time it's stored in a cloud somewhere in California.
It's not just the French government under pressure to change tack. Politicians on the German right have blamed Angela Merkel's refugee policy for a spate of 4 attacks there in a week, 3 of them carried out by refugees. Merkel is standing firm.
Today I am just as convinced as I was last year that we can manage to cope with this historical test. We can manage it, and we have already done a lot in the past 11 months.
Germany remains on edge though. Anti-terror squads searched a mosque and 8 apartments near Hanover on Thursday. Back in a France in mourning once again, much of the media has decided to stop publishing photos of terror suspects, and some will no longer even use their names, in a bid to deny the killers the fame they seek. Elena Casas, CCTV, Brussels.